Outline, structure your thoughts. This is because you don't want a lot of back and forth with, oh, I should write this here, or oh, I should write that there. That will come, of course, when you're editing and revising. But when you start to really get into the flow of writing, it's a best practice to have a structure of how you want to organize your ideas and organize your expertise. Hey, good people, welcome back to my channel. Or should I say, hey, bookfluencers, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, N.HARV, hence the name of my business and YouTube channel, N.HARV. And you're in the right place if you're looking for episode 2 of the Write a Book in 90 Days book series. To not get overwhelmed and to break things down in digestible tasks, I divided my 90-day book plan into months. Month 1 is preparing and writing. And in preparing, I'm working on my messaging and my author mindset. Month 2 is editing and revising. And then month 3 is finalizing and, of course, publishing. As I mentioned in the first video, my actual writing strategy is coming from my current book, my 10th book, Bookfluence, How to Write a Book to Position Yourself as a Leader in Your Industry. And I feel like I should share some of the content. I want to make sure that I put on my author hat, start thinking like an author, as opposed to just a writer, and ask myself these questions, the questions that are in my book, to really get my mind going and thinking about how I want to present this book, my book goals, my audience, etc. And because I'm taking you guys along with me on this journey, I'm going to read page 22 of my Bookfluence book to see where I'm getting these questions and just to sort of see how I'm framing my book and framing my mindset. What are your book goals? You can further define your book goals by asking yourself these questions. What do I want to gain from writing this book? Who do I want to serve? Is it baby boomers? Is it millennials? That for me, it's millennials. Corporate America, HBCU students. Like, who is your audience? Who do you want to serve? The next question is, how far would you like your reach? Do you only want to publish on Amazon, or do you want to publish in stores? Like, what is the reach? Like, what do you imagine the expansion of your book to be? This is my favorite question. How will my book solve my reader's problem or transform their life or business? It didn't say problems with an S, problem. I don't want you to try to solve many problems in one book. Space it out. Focus on, this is where the thought leadership comes into play. Focus on solving one problem, then really hone your expertise by providing a method to solving that one problem. That's how you can write a thought leadership book. Solve one problem, but give a method, give a process, develop a framework on how you can solve that one problem. The framework, the method, that stretches out the book. You're not solving many problems, but you're skillfully and with detail solving one problem. Now that we've gotten our author mindset together, we know who we're writing for, and 2, we know who we want to serve. We have answered the questions that pertain to book goals. So now it's time to write. But before we start writing, an outline is key. Now, this is where my former K-12 English teacher comes into play. Outline, structure your thoughts. This is because you don't want a lot of back and forth with, oh, I should write this here, or oh, I should write that there. That will come, of course, when you're editing and revising. But when you start to really get into the flow of writing, it's a best practice to have a structure of how you want to organize your ideas and organize your expertise. Simply put, this will also help you remember what to write. Sometimes we get into the flow of writing and we're like, oh, what did I mean to write here? Or what's going to go next? If you have your outline, then you know what's going to go next, or you have an idea of what you want to talk about in this theme or in this section of your book. Page 25 is for my people who are back and forth with a book title. It's okay to start preparing your book before you actually have solidified a book title. Why? Because the messaging and preparation typically comes first anyway, and that will sometimes lead to a different book title that you had in mind originally. So writing is basically recording, right? So you're recording your expertise, or you're recording your experience so that others can learn from it. But before you start to record or document your processes or document your experience and list out your tasks, my advice at the end of page 25 is to keep your book a top of mind and give it a title. This is the first step in recording your expertise, because it's like having a thesis statement or having a problem statement for your paper, your college paper, or your dissertation. It's what your paper is about, or in this case, it's what your book is about. Marketable book titles help influence people to buy the book without reading it first. So titles are important. In general, book titles, help authors stay in alignment with their messaging. And in the book, I share a book title formula that I've used to create all of my book titles in the past, and that I will be using to create my book title for this upcoming book. I think I'm sold on my book title, but I won't share it here. I'll keep the suspense going, and I'll share the book title in episode 3 or 4. Along with the creation of your book title, my suggestion is to start to name and create titles for your book chapters. This again is just another way to organize your ideas and to theme your work so your writing will flow. Speaking of themes, think of your chapters as themes. This will hopefully help you name them. They are themes of your book title, which is your overall message. Once you have your book title, aka the name of your book, with the names of your chapters, the themes within your book, then it's time to write. Honestly, guys, that's where I am. I have the name of my book. My book title, I have the names of my chapters, my chapter titles, and I've been writing. It's been so much easier to write out my experiences, write out my expertise, and to just organize my writing. And because this writing strategy works, not just because I created it, because it's mine, because it has worked for my clients as well, it has been so helpful in this season of life that I'm in. I am still a full-time doctoral student. I have a 9-to-5. I still run a business. So I'm a writing consultant. I edit books and I coach bookfluencers on organizing their expertise into a thought leadership book. So this is a busy season for a lot of us, right? We don't have the time to be wondering what to do. We already need something that's going to help us do what we need to do. The rant is over. The last thing I want to share in my 90-day book plan, month 1 of my 90-day book plan, is to lean into accountability. This is something that I haven't done for a while now, but I'm going to lean into accountability. I have an accountability partner, which is awesome. She is also an author, so she understands like the lifestyle, and we have set up a weekly check-in. That check-in will help keep me on my P's and Q's. And every week is a chapter check-in. Hey, how far have you gotten in this chapter? Or hey, did you answer the questions that I had for you with this chapter? Like, did you take my suggestions and sort of like rearrange some stuff? Or hey, that chapter is completed. Like, it's time to move on to the next chapter. Like, we are centering our accountability around chapters, which, because it's the meat of the book, is very helpful. Helpful. That seems to be the word of this video, right? Writing a book can be challenging. We all need help, but it doesn't have to be hard. It's challenging, but it's not hard, especially if you have a system. And I'm so happy that I have a system, and I'm sharing my system with you guys. And honestly, I didn't even say this, but let's go back. You guys hold me accountable as well. Me announcing that I am doing this, that I'm writing my book in 90 days, my new nonfiction book in 90 days, that is accountability. I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm not saying you have to come on the internet and announce that you're writing your book, especially in this time frame of 3 months. I am simply saying make it known to somebody, because you have a solution to somebody's problem. You just may be responsible for someone's breakthrough, for someone's transformation. Like, that's the power of a well-written book. That being said, don't take it too lightly. Have somebody help you to stay on top of things, to complete your tasks. You need an accountability partner. Okay, that's it for episode 2 of the Write a Book in 90 Days book series. This month 1, is all about preparation and writing and messaging. And I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that you're writing along with me. If you would like to know my book writing strategy and how I am framing my author mindset, all of that is in my book, Bookfluence: How to Write a Book to Position Yourself as a Leader in Your Industry. And I will drop the Amazon link below. And guys, Bookfluencers, I will catch you in the next video. Bye for now.